Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Joe Chapin. Obviously, today we're going to be talking Detroit Lions football. Jared Goff made an interesting decision on the way that he is going to approach the season, and I kind of want to talk about that. You know, oftentimes when a quarterback or a player of Jared Goff's caliber has a good season, they think, okay, I'm doing pretty good. I didn't turn over the ball in the last 9 games, and we're going to move forward with that. Jared Goff took a different approach, and this shows me that this guy is all about the business and he does what he needs to do in order to help his team succeed. So, from it was from I think a Yahoo or whatever, but Jared Goff is working with the Third Down QB, which is a renowned quarterback training service in Huntington Beach, California. He has a track record of working with Drew Brees and Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford. What it tells me, most importantly, is when you look at Jared Goff and you look at the way that he ended the season last year, he ended the season absolutely outstanding. He didn't have to go to a quarterback service, but he did. He chose to get better. He chose to get more refined in his movements, the way he throws, get more accurate. This is what a good quarterback does. Now, I'm going to tie it to when I had a podcast. Still have a podcast. It's a Red Alert podcast. It's a Red Wings podcast, but we interviewed Darren McCarty. And Darren McCarty would always say that the leadership in the room didn't talk, they acted on what they did. So, he would talk about Steve Eisman and Nicholas Lidstrom, just doing the work and not being talkative, just doing what they need to be done. And it set the tone for the whole entire team that, listen, you have to work hard on this team. The leadership is telling you, you have to work hard. One of the things that you look at throughout, the NFL is the best quarterbacks work extremely hard on their craft. We know Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But what made him the greatest of all time and what makes him the best that he could possibly be is he never stops working. He puts himself in the best position, the best shape possible, and he goes to quarterback coaches and he tries to get better each and every year. Does he need to do that? No. But what it's telling the team that he is quarterbacking, for example, for him, for it's the Patriots and the Buccaneers, and for Jared Goff, it's the Lions, is that, look, I know I was good last year, but that doesn't mean it. That doesn't mean anything this year. And I look at that and I go, dude, that is a real effing leader. That is a guy who is leading by example and showing everybody on the team, you have to get better each and every year, or else it doesn't really matter what you did last year because that is the last year. I love that because one of the things that people are saying about the Detroit Lions is that maybe that was a mirage, the 8-2 finish and the way that Jared Goff played. The way Jared Goff is approaching this offseason shows me they are not listening to the noise of this was a mirage. They're not patting themselves on the back saying, great job, we did a great job, and we're going to just go into next year and do what we have to do. They're taking this like a business trip. So I encountered with someone that I know, and he told me Aiden Hutchinson is training with a world-renowned defensive end specialist. Jared Goff is training with a quarterback specialist. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown training with a guy who is a elite wide receivers coach. Even Sam Laporta went to Tight End University, which is one of the biggest, like services for tight ends. Same service that George Kittle goes to and everything, and he is getting better. This tells me about the leadership of Jared Goff. Most importantly, that he is saying to the rest of the team, you were good last year. You might have been really good last year, but it doesn't mean nothing this year. And when you talk about the Detroit Lions, one of the things that they have always failed at is putting themselves in the best position for the next year. And as we go into training camp and as we get closer to the NFL season, I'm more convinced than ever that this Detroit Lions team is going to win a playoff game this year. I am utterly convinced because when you talk about the Detroit Lions and you talk about Jared Goff and you talk about Aiden Hutchinson, you talk about all the moves that they made in the offseasons, signing Montgomery, drafting Jahmyr Gibbs, drafting Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell. Every one of those guys has one similar uh, trait. One similar trait: working hard. Listen, the best players in the NFL work their ass off. They don't get there by accident. They don't get there just going up the ladder and saying, yeah, I'm just relying on my athletic ability. No. Every time Brad Holmes drafts someone, going from Jack Campbell to Sam Laporta, Aiden Hutchinson, getting Jared Goff in the trade, working hard is in the DNA, and that is the most important trait that you can have on a football team. Because ultimately, what's going to happen during the NFL season is you will face adversity, you will face times where things are bleak and things are going to be challenging, and the only thing you have at your disposal is to work real hard. And when you have guys there that have already gone through the gauntlet of an NFL season, have gone through the gauntlet of bad things happening to the team, you get guys that work hard, you'll reap the rewards. And when we see him with the Detroit Red Wings, one of the things that you looked at with the Detroit Red Wings going from, the 97, 98 team, yeah, they were really talented, but they worked hard. They had the grind line. They played really tough. You look at the Bad Boys Pistons, they were going to smash you in the effing face. And when you look at this Dan Campbell team and the way that he runs this program, it's exactly what they're trying to do. You know, I love what I'm hearing from the Detroit Lions. We're not hearing no noise. We're not hearing nothing else. We are hearing about work, 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 work. And if you are a Detroit Lions fan, you should be very excited because this team is going to be ready week 1 and they are going to beat the Chiefs. I am convinced that they are going to start the season 1-0 because look, the way that they have worked this offseason, the way Jared Goff has worked this offseason to refine himself, this just tells me everything I need to know about this Detroit Lions team moving forward. Let me know what you think below in the comments, and I'll definitely respond to your comments. I appreciate your comments, and please subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have more Lions content as we get closer to the season, so please subscribe and rate this, like the video, and do whatever you do on YouTube. We will see you in the next video. See you soon, guys.